we go.
From the studio that's gone from doom and gloom to fins and grins comes a fun feel of pride for the kid inside
Fins
everyone.
and grins.
Just maybe not actual kids.
Oh, there's that. Yep, there's that part.
Kill the little girl.
Shazam! Meet Billy Batson. He's got the street smarts of Bart Simpson and the street wear of Tyrone Biggums. When Billy gets lured into a cave by an old man who claims to be a wizard, which, to be clear, kids, is never a good idea.
Never, ever.
He'll become one of DC's classic characters, Captain Marvel. No, he used to be Captain Marvel, but DC changed it to Shazam.
Yep.
That's Kazam. Common mistake. I mean the guy obsessed with being worthy and lightning. No, the street rat who gets wish fulfillment powers.
Wish fulfillment? 3 wishes to be exact.
Okay, it's the one where Chuck flosses. Gather round for a heartwarming tale that out-families Fast and the Furious.
I'm a big believer in finding family.
You know, me time could also be construed as pushing away his family.
If a superhero can't save his family, he's not much of a hero.
Thank you for this family.
You don't turn your back on family.
Where in a change of pace from Marvel's constant daddy issues, we get another installment of DC's Sad Mom Parade.
Forgive me for everything. If you choose to leave, you may never return.
I'm sorry I never
Pretty
told
much.
you. I felt shame.
Yeah.
It's me. Now is not a really good time for me.
As Billy learns that family isn't about who abandoned you at a carnival on a whim. It's about the people you're forced to live with, who love you because you're constantly saving their asses from being killed.
Come on.
But Shazam will have to fight more than just the overburdened foster care system. He's up against Dr. Sivana, a veteran character actor out for revenge on DC for casting him as Sinestro in Green Lantern. Watch him unleash the power of the 7 deadly sins, each its own representation of a different human failing, with unique powers that, actually, no, never mind. They're all just kind of gray blobs who just eat people.
Yep.
Man, The Rock cannot get here fast enough. Does the next one really have to be about the very angry caterpillar?
The 7 realms are about to be ours.
Follow-up question? What? So cheer along as DC finally cracks the code on making a heartwarming, fun, inspiring movie about an invincible strong man, a Superman, if you will, that gives kids everything they dream of. No, not turning into a 38-year-old in a styrofoam muscle suit. No, not terrorizing the bullies who make your life a living hell. I'm talking about a kid's ultimate power fantasy. Developing a moderate YouTube following. Do it for the memes, baby!
Right.
Smash that like button! Shazam! Starring, you're a wizard, Billy. The movie trying to write the starring section for us.
Captain Sparkle Fingers. Power Boy.
Maximum voltage, is it?
Mr. Philadelphia. Human Power Storm. Frequency Flinger. Sir Zapsalot.
Yeah, not so easy, is it, kid? Chief of Staff.
Not so easy.
See, now that's how it's done. He is a villain. He came here to steal an eyeball from a wizard. Bird
Wait,
Ward
all right,
of
tell
the
me what that one
stage.
was.
Preteen Titans Go. An uncomfortable amount of R. Kelly references.
Believe that you can fly.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Uncomfortable amount.
Make a live-action Gargoyles movie, you cowards. Can we be done with
come on.
flossing now, please?
Please.
And through the window, through the wall.
Jeez.
It's always Sparky in Philadelphia. Okay, this is the second DC film with an Annabelle cameo, so The Conjuring definitely takes place in this universe. But teasing us with the cameos already, and then Aquaman punched the nun in the face.
Now, I never noticed the Annabelle references. Obviously, that's from The Conjuring and all that kind of stuff, and not Insidious, yeah, The Conjuring. So never knew that about Aquaman or this, so that's kind of cool to know. I mean, obviously, these are directors that directed movies in the Conjuring universe, so it kind of makes sense that they put little teases in there. But honest trailers, dope. Especially that last part. It's always Sparky in Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of my favorite shows on FX. Like, just hilarious. I'll rewatch that like all the time. But funny stuff overall. This is a movie that I think honest trailers really enjoy talking about and parodying because it wasn't a dark and gloomy. DCEU movie like we were used to. You know, it was making fun of itself in certain areas, but it was just having fun. It's, you know, it's just a kid with superpowers having fun. And it does that very well. I think this movie does falter in some of what it does with the kids, like making them superheroes. I feel like it kind of missed some points there, but they didn't really make fun of any of that. They're like, hey, we got a fun movie we can talk about, and it's DC, something different, not Marvel. Let's change it up. Let's not talk about dad issues. Let's talk about mom issues. Just all these little differences they were able to bring up here. So overall, I liked it. I thought it was good. Now, let's watch the pitch meeting.
So, you have a Shazam script for me? Yes, sir, I do. And with people's reaction to the overall gloom of the DCEU, I thought we could make this one a little more funny and lighthearted. Well, that sounds like a great idea. I'll get Joss Whedon on the phone right now. Wait, what? No, why? To give him a bunch of money to punch this thing up. He made the Avengers, so it's a good move. Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. It sounds like the result's gonna be a disjointed turd of a move. We're having him do it for Justice League. Oh, you are? Okay, well, I'm sure that's gonna be great then. Anyway, so that's a pass on Joss. You wanna handle the comedy yourself? Yeah, yes, please. Oh, you're crazy, man. That's why I like you. Well, okay then. So anyway, the movie's gonna follow this kid, Billy Batson, and he gets put in a foster home with a bunch of other kids. Okay. And he's not really into it, but this disabled boy, Freddy, is like, what's up? Let's be friends. I love superheroes. Oh, and Billy doesn't want to be friends? Nope, but then one day at school, some bullies show up. Oh, bullies are always entertaining in movies. What are they gonna do, give a wet willy? No, they're gonna hit the disabled kid with their car and then kick him in the stomach a bunch of times. Oh my god. Yeah, classic bullies. What are you gonna do? Okay, those aren't bullies. Those are literal psychopaths. Oh, did I go too intense with that? Whoops. Whoopsie. Anyway, Billy's gonna step in and hit them. I mean, anyone who witnessed something like that would step in. That's horrible. Actually, there's a big crowd of people watching. Oh, there is? Yeah, they don't do anything, and Billy only steps in because the bullies make a joke about moms. Oh, being a passive onlooker is tight. So anyway, this wizard Shazam is looking for somebody pure of heart to be his champion and give his powers to. So he's like, oh, maybe this Billy kid. Because he didn't let some psychopaths publicly beat a handicapped student? Yep, apparently that's enough to be considered. Very low standards. Yeah, so the wizard is like, say my name and take my powers, okay? Because I gotta die real quick. Oh, why does he have to die? Oh, well, because the bad guy Savannah messed him up and took away the 7 deadly sins demons that he was guarding and put them in his eyeball. Okay, I'll just take your word for it that makes sense. Great. Although, couldn't the wizard have done anything to stop the Savannah guy from doing that? Yeah, he probably could have shot a lightning bolt at the guy who was just a human, but he let him do his thing. Oh, interesting decision. So anyway, then Billy turns into a grown-up superhero. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, and the wizard tells him, you know, you're gonna have the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Solomon. So he's like super wise and smart as the hero? No, actually, he's gonna be much goofier as the hero than as the teenager. Oh, so that wisdom thing was just nothing? Pretty much, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna be super goofy and love soda pop and candy and dancing and stuff as the hero. Yeah, and as the kid, he's gonna be much more dark and sad and moody. Shouldn't we try to keep both versions of Billy the same character-wise? It's gonna come off as 2 different humans. Right. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna feel that way. Yeah, okay, you're not gonna fix it? Okay. So anyway, Billy teams up with Freddy to do a bunch of tests and figure out what his powers are. How do they do that? By conveniently stumbling upon random acts of violence. Oh yeah? Yeah, there happens to be a mugging in the park they're in, then there happens to be a robbery in the store they're in. Yep. Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, they're just gonna have a ton of fun with these tests. Very cool. Yeah, like we'll let Billy do whatever dance is popular with the kids at the time of shooting, and Freddy's gonna shoot the whole thing and put it up on a YouTube channel. Well, this does sound very fun. I have to say, I'm really enjoying how lighthearted and kid-friendly this whole thing sounds like it's gonna. And then Savannah throws his brother out a skyscraper window to his death, and another guy gets his head bit off by a demon. Oh my god. His decapitated body gets thrown out the window too, and from outside the office, you could just see people get massacred through the tinted windows begging for their lives. Why are you doing this? And in the midst of the corpses, Savannah's father is still alive, so he has a demon just tear him apart. that took such a turn. Yeah. It feels like tonally that was a massive shift. Is this a horror movie or a kid's movie? Both. Sometimes when I feel like it. I don't know. Maybe you should pick a thing. No. Well, okay then. And by the way, these sin demons have to look really scary. Is that something we could pull off? Depends what you want them to look like. Well, for example, people didn't really like the CGI on Doomsday and Batman v Superman, so if it could be better than that, that'd be great. Okay. And would you settle for much worse than that? Yeah, sure, that works. Great. So tell me more about this villain. Oh, well, you know how in Marvel movies they do the thing where the bad guy has the same powers as the good guy, but he's evil? Of course, it's one of the main complaints about the MCU. Well, I figure, and hear me out here, we could do that too. Oh, well, I mean, Marvel does make money, so I guess I'm fully on board the generic villain train. Fantastic. So what else happens in the movie? Well, we're gonna have this thing where Freddy tells the bullies that he knows Shazam, but they don't believe him. Okay. So he's like, well, the superhero's gonna show up at lunch tomorrow, but then Billy flakes on him and doesn't go. Oh. Yeah, so Freddy can't can't prove that he's friends with a superhero, so he just gets the biggest wedgie. Why doesn't he just show them that he's the one running the YouTube channel where all the videos got posted and his voice is in all of them and he has the original camera they were filmed on? Oh, I don't know. Fair enough. So eventually Billy's gonna find his real mom that he's been looking for his whole life. Okay. And it turns out she intentionally abandoned him. Oh, she did? Yeah, they got split up at a carnival and then she saw him with some police officers and she was like, yeah, no, that's better. You can do that? Yeah, and apparently the police won't look into it at all. They won't ask around, they won't go to your home, they won't search for you with your maiden name. Wow, I didn't know abandoning a child was so ean. Oh yeah, it's super easy. Barely an
Oh my God.
Hey, honey? Oh. Yeah, did you know we could just abandon him? Like, just leave him in a public place? Yeah, no, I know he's our son. I thought we could have a lot more free time if we... No, I understand. Okay. Okay, no, I'm sorry I suggested it. Okay, bye. Yeah, so my wife was not into that idea. It's worth a shot, I guess. Anyway, so how does the movie end? So, well, Billy's gonna get progressively better with his powers, and then we're gonna have a big final fight between him and Savannah and the Sins. Oh, very cool. Yeah, the Sins can do this thing where they turn to smoke, apparently, so they're hard to grab onto. Wow. And then all of Billy's foster brother and sisters also get Shazam powers. Oh, very exciting, but isn't it gonna be hard for them to fight? I mean, Billy took the whole movie to learn his powers. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, this is the climax of the movie, so they're just gonna, automatically be great at it. Well, okay then. Yeah, so it's just gonna be a big slugfest. What do they do against the monsters move where they turn into smoke? Oh, the monsters are just not gonna do that anymore and also be much less violent than they were before. Yes. Oh, very considerate monsters. For sure. So then, yeah, the good guys win. Amazing. Then we're gonna have this end scene in the school cafeteria where Shazam walks in to see Freddy. Okay. And then we see Superman walk in all his glory. Henry Cavill's not available. And then we see Superman walk in from the shoulders down. There it is. And so, yeah, that's about it. Wow, well, it sounds like a lot of fun and also, sometimes suddenly horrifying. Yeah, sometimes. So who do you think we should get to play the villain? Well, villains are tricky, It's gonna take a lot of work. We gotta look around, find the right actor, someone who could be menacing, someone that's an unexpected choice. Man, that does sound like a lot of work. Or, we could just cast someone who's played comic book villains before. Oh, that sounds easier. Let's do that.
Yep. All right, the switch up in the tone for the pitch meeting itself, also for the movie, still, weird because it was kind of back and forth. But the pitch meeting highlighted it very well about how it's all lighthearted, it's fun, it's just a kid with superpowers learning, how to use them and still be a kid at the same time, even though it felt like two different characters because Billy Batson himself was very subdued and not a dark kid, but just, didn't really show a lot of emotion. And then as Shazam, he's like an actual kid. It was very weird. It just didn't match up very well. I hope they fix that in the sequel, just as far as a tone between the two characters, so it feels more meshed, more connected, because now in the sequel he's going to be, kind of, for the most part, leading the other kids as their superheroes as well, with Shazam power. So I don't know, I guess we'll see how that goes. Considering one of the girls is, older than all of them, maybe she kind of helps to lead. I don't know. We'll get an idea of how that goes when it comes out. But how Ryan George does it in the pitch meeting is hilarious. He goes from lighthearted, funny stuff to just horrific, this is not a kid's movie type scenes with that office scene, it was pretty brutal. I remember it. Pretty brutal. I liked it though. It was kind of dope. But then they get kind of weak as the movie goes, when they're fighting all the kids, when they turn into superheroes, and they're, like he says, they're not as violent. They're kind of more considerate in that way. So that was pretty fun. I like that. So gotta pick one. Which one do you choose? Honest Trailer or Pitch Meeting? I think Honest Trailers was good with the overall story of the film and kind of how it interweaved between, the good and bad of the film. Mostly good. The Pitch Meeting, though, has joke after joke after joke just coming at you like in such fast succession. You almost don't get a chance to breathe, but it's really, really funny the whole time. The last part of it, I knew it was coming, so that wasn't really as funny because we just know, hey, we know Mark Strong plays a villain in Green Lantern, he plays a villain here. So he's been 2 DC villains so far, which, is very lazy on DC's part, because they could have gotten somebody else for sure. Maybe like Bryan Cranston. Well, Bryan Cranston was in that role. He didn't get Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman, which I think would have made that movie a lot better. Well, if he was Savannah here. Is it Savannah or Savannah? Savannah? Whatever it is. I could have seen that too, maybe here. That would have worked. But overall, very lazy. However, gotta pick one. For me personally, Pitch Meeting, he just killed it. I think he does a really good job with that tone piece. I kind of want it for me here because it's very apparent. And then also just a piece about how these two characters, who are supposed to be the same character, feel very different from each other. He does a great job there. But I want to know what you guys think. Pitch Meeting or Honest Trailer? Tell me why in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading it. To my Hyper Crew members, thank you guys so much for being a part of this top tier crew. Brian Tidwell, Steve O, Slepnir, K6013, Dash Milner, and Daniel Lopez. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for choosing that tier. I hope that you're enjoying the membership and you're getting what you expect. To all my members and my subscribers, thank you guys so much for being a part of the crew and supporting the channel, whether it's monetarily or hitting that subscribe button. You're helping to grow the channel. You're helping me to do what I do on a daily basis. So I really, really do appreciate it. While you're still here, smash that like button. It really does help me out, helps me know what you guys want to see, and it helps to grow the channel. More people get to see these videos. I think that's pretty awesome. Also, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. Go ahead, hit that button. It's right there. I think you'll have some fun here. We like to smile. We like to laugh. We like to watch these funny videos together. So I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and join us. Before you get out of here, check out some of our most popular videos if you haven't done so already. You can also see our most recent reaction right up there. If you've seen all that, I'll see you guys in the comments. We'll talk about this.